The second qualitative data analysis we need to understand is the grounded theory. A grounded theory is a systematic methodology that involves the construction of theories through methodological gathering and analysis of data. It is particularly useful for developing new theories grounded in the data that has been collected. So there are basically 6 steps as well, just like in thematic analysis. So these six steps, they include obviously data collection, open coding, axial coding, selective coding, theoretical sampling, and the theory development, which is the last stage. Starting with the data collection. Collecting data that is suitable for grounded theory, you need to go through various methods such as interviews, observations, and document analysis. And just as in thematic analysis, any of the data that you gather, either by interviews, observations, focus groups, or document analysis, it's very crucial in developing a grounded theory analysis process. And then the second aspect is breaking down the data into discrete parts, closely examining and comparing them for similarities and differences. So obviously now, because you want to develop a theory, you need to establish what are the similarities in the existing information, and then what are the differences, so that by the time you come to develop your own theory, you know the missing parts, or you know the nuances that are not appearing in either of the information that is existing. And so that's the relevance of open coding. And then when you come to the third aspect, which is axial coding, the purpose is to ensure that you reassemble the data in new ways by establishing connections between the categories. So the whole purpose of this section, or of this step, is to ensure that you are reorganizing the information in your own peculiar, or in your own particular way. You show the relevant connections that are existing between the categories that you have established earlier during open coding. And then the third aspect is selective coding. This is whereby you begin to identify the core categories and systematically relating each and every category that you have identified. So this is very crucial, and this is very important, because you get to understand, you get to see everything going stage by stage. And then the fifth aspect, which is theoretical sampling, you now begin to collect additional data to refine and saturate the categories. So having organized your information, or having categorized your data in sections, which shows that which reflect the similarities, the differences, and then the connections between the various categories, you then now start engaging into your theoretical sampling, whereby you begin to collect relevant additional data that will help you to saturate the categories. In this case, obviously, what you are trying to do is make sure that your new categories that you are developing are well saturated, to show that this is relevant info, to show that this is a relevant gap your study is attempting to cover. And then the final aspect, which is theory development in grounded theory, is whereby you integrate and refine the categories to form a coherent theory. So these are the processes that help you to define and establish a clear grounded theory, or as a qualitative data analysis. So for example, one can look at a study whereby you're trying to establish coping strategies of nurses in high stress environments, and then researchers might develop a theory on how social support networks and personal resilience contribute to job satisfaction and retention in those environments. So I hope this helps for us to understand what grounded theory is all about.